with consumers moving rapidly into the OTT and CTV space for convenience, for cord cutting, for fantastic content that we're hearing about this week at Newfronts. And it's also been kind of exacerbated by the pandemic. Brands are going to follow those consumers wherever they're going. And brands really want to be able to personalize those messages to their customers. And that's what Accelerator for OTT and CTV is going to do for our brand advertisers.
So tell us, just walk us through a little bit of a use case of how you work with brand advertisers and how you execute the buys, or how they execute the buys, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. So we start at the creative process. So we know that the brand has assets that are available, and maybe they create those assets and use them for linear, and are thinking about how they can really activate those assets in CTV and OTT. And we've got a very quick and efficient ad builder that we have assembled, and we take that, assemble some cards, some clips, some calls to action, create a number of different ad variants and creative treatments. And then we have those available for deployment when the buy happens. And that's when we get into the buying process. So we've got the ad tag that's deployed. And when that buying is happening, the AI behind the scenes is learning. It's learning from the campaign responses, the actions that are taken, and it's building a model to tell the algorithm which ad creative to deliver at the right time to the right device. And so as the campaign moves on, there's a feedback loop that continues to strengthen this model, and it predicts the right creative to serve. And that can be served across different device types and give you different experiences based on where you are in your day, and what you've responded to in the past. So it's a really powerful product. It's intuitive. It continues to learn. And it's been driving great success in display, and we expect it to do the same in OTT and CTV.
So Dave, for those of us who, hear the word machine learning, hear the word AI, and, you guys are innovators there, what does it mean for versioning or for this process? How does AI part of it?
Yeah, AI is really the backbone and the decisioning here. And so what it's really doing is taking in all the data inputs that it can, whether it's the campaign data or other data that we source, like device type, like the weather, like the time of day, and using that all as fuel in order to make the right decision on which ad creatives to drive the KPI. And that KPI could be view through, could be a site action, could be an app download. And as all those actions take place, it continues to produce data and feed our AI. But the AI isn't just set it and forget it. It's a maintenance process as well. So we're always on. We're looking at the models, making sure they're functioning, looking for ways to improve it, and continue to drive that campaign performance. While we're talking about data a little bit here, the campaign produces insights, and we're able to take the data from those insights and feed it back into the buying process. So if we're seeing we should be buying this device type or this screen type at this time of day, we'll feed that back to the buyer, and that buyer can be more efficient with the buying process and continue to improve the return on ad spend.
So on the buy side, you're working with Xander as the DSP. Tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah, we're launching this with Xander as our DSP partner. We have a longstanding partnership with them. They have an active client base who's looking to expand into Xander's growing video business. They're growing exponentially on their side, and their clients want more of it. And so with that, you need great products and services in order to keep growing and growing. And Xander believes in data-driven ad products. And with our AI, we're partnering with them to bring forward this great solution.
Dave, we've spoken about the promise of creative versioning or creative optimization, and there's different ways to term it. But how do you see the future, and what is the innovation from IBM Watson? What will it bring in your hope and expectation?
Yeah, we hope that the solutions that we've brought to market are going to help future-proof our brand advertising partners for their journeys. And so it's going to be interesting time for us as a lot of changes are happening in the marketplace. There's new opportunities developing here in the CTV and OTT space. And in getting into this space, you're going to need to be able to scale quickly as dollars are moving into this space, as inventory is growing. How do we help brands move into this space and be super successful? And that's what we're helping them do with our Advertising Accelerator product.